Good morning. I thought I was filming. Suddenly it took a picture. I don't know what happened. I want to talk about airport transportation. It comes up all the time on Facebook, in the villages. It comes up all the time. And I tried an experiment this time that I flew in to visit in the villages. And I shouldn't say visit. I'm part time in the villages. I leave from New England. I actually fly out of New Hampshire, the Manchester airport. I fly directly down. It's a direct flight, 2.5 hours, not a bad. And I usually get off the flight and I go and rent a vehicle. And it doesn't matter which kind of vehicle I rent. It has been costing me a lot of money for the number of days. At least that's my opinion. So what I've done is tried something different this time. This time, I decided to try one of those transportation services. So I went with Groome. Now, Groome recently purchased Workman and all of that stuff's out there on the internet, but you can go right online on Groome and you sign up and put in when you want to come in, you you pay. It's almost just like kind of an airport reservation. And Groom keeps you informed both through texts and emails about your upcoming trip. But here's the big thing. Can I live in the villages without a vehicle? If I take the transportation to my house, how am I going to get around? That was the big question. Well, because I bought a golf cart this year, can I live with just a golf cart? I've seen videos of, do you need a golf cart in the villages? Well, I'm trying to go, okay, I'm part time, but when I fly down, do I need a car? Do I really need a car? And I would say a couple of things played into that. If you need to go to hardware stores outside of the villages, don't consider this. Don't even, I guess you could. You could take Ubers. But so here's my trip. I got on the plane. Airport planes are always seem to be packed going to Orlando. I flew into Orlando. Orlando, as soon as I got off, I was an hour early when the pickup time that I had picked. My flight was supposed to come in about 1:05, 1:10, and the pickups at Terminal A 10 minutes after the hour. Now, I did pick Groome for the door-to-door service. Now, yeah, you have to understand that when you pick door-to-door service, you'll be sharing the ride on kind of a minibus, and depending on where you live, you could be first or last to get off, which could take some additional time. On mine, and I'll go through this, but you have to be aware of that depending on where you live in the villages. And I flew in and I was like 20 minutes early. And so instead of a 2:10 taking the what I had scheduled, the bus to the villages, I was able to catch the 1:10. And you get there, you pull up your text, you have your ID. But when I got there, there was a Groom big bus, and that's called the Express. And the guy gave me a little pitch on why you should take the Express. But the Express doesn't work for me if you don't have somebody picking you up at the town square where they drop off and pick up. Yeah, they don't have to go around and pick individual people up, but I'm 3 miles from Brownwood. That's a long walk if you got to walk and if you got any bags. So that's not something I was looking for. I got there early. The big bus was there. He gave me his pitch. It looked like a beautiful bus and a nice bus ride if that's what you can do to the town squares. That's called the Express. But I got the door to door smaller, and as you can see, and there were only three of us on the bus for the 1:10. And he was like, it's not a problem to go early if you're here early. And I was the first stop because I live in Citrus Grove. So that was the first stop, the bus ride to home. He even tells you, okay, he lets me know I'll be the first stop because he plugs in with your ID where you're going. And I'm sure it gives him a map of what each of those stops is. So it was good. So he told me 2:05, you'll be home, and pretty close to 2:05, which is less than an hour from the airport. From that great drive. One of the other things that people have said is like it was hot, no air conditioning. He like said, "Hey, how's the temperature? Are you hot, cold? Is it fine?" I was in the second row in the towards the back, and I was like, "Hey, it's fine." You could feel the cooler air on you. I felt wonderful to me. So that was the trip back to home. Great part about it. Um, this is becomes your second worry. What happens if your golf cart doesn't start up or run, or what if you? It is your transportation. Mine fired right up. It's kind of a brand new golf cart from the summer. It's fired right up. No problem. Also, I have an electric e-bike, so I could get out of the villages if I needed to. If I needed to make a hardware run to some bolts at the Ace Hardware, I could ride my bike outside of the villages. Now, you know how the roads are around here. It's probably not the most comfortable thing to do. So the very first thing I did is I pulled out the battery for my e-bike, charged it up, and in the first 2 days, I didn't really need it. I took the golf cart, went to the grocery store, bought some groceries for my trip, and it worked great. I am pleasantly surprised. I've saved a good chunk of money from the rent-a-car, and I'm going to be picked up when I leave. I'm going to follow the same procedure. Now, I couldn't have done this when I was first brand new moving into the house. We had furniture. We went shopping to all the different furniture stores. We were on the move. We were hardly ever around to go around the villages. But now that it's been 2 years, believe it or not, it's been 2 years. Groome was great. High marks for it. Given the price and what I was paying for a rental vehicle, uh, it works. So I give 5 stars to Groome. I'm going to do it again. I like the door-to-door service. Yeah, the minivan bus kind of thing is, a little definitely tighter fit than if you're in the big express. But for an hour, I can do it. I think that's not a problem. He has room in the back for luggage. So there were 3 of us, and it was a great. So hopefully you like this video. I put in a few clips here of the different things. I've had it's been a couple of days because I wanted to make sure it worked. And I wanted to relay that to everybody that, if you want to try something, this actually really, really worked. And I'm happy with my choice. And for any of you that are part-time and want to fly back and forth, this makes it a lot simpler. And use your golf cart. Use your golf cart as your transportation. It seems kind of funny with no car in the yard or in the garage, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. It worked out well. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Hope you liked it. A little different. Give it a try. I know there are car services that cost more than Groome. I would say if you have a big family or you got multiple people, an individual car service just for yourself might be a terrific idea. But when it's just me, one person, I want to make it economical if I'm going to do it multiple times in a year. So there it is. For all you part-timers, kind of a little hidden solution to visiting in the villages much more frequently. And, overall, the whole experience has been great. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in the villages.